The rabbits. How do you make these rabbits grow happily, enjoy, and becoming something that very valuable to the world and your country? So the rabbit is actually living in with the non-living and the living organism. And they're actually working together to form a system where this rabbit will stay alive and survive and growing. This system we call ecosystem. Why we need to have a very strong ecosystem? Because it's actually everything. To actually grow the life, grow the career, give you an opportunity to actually have something in the society. So what I'm trying to say today is that how do you actually build your small business or startup in the very powerful and good ecosystem? So before we jump to that, before I actually ask you to imagine you want to build your own company, I will share with you what is the ecosystem first. So startup ecosystem, a lot of you may know already that, we start with a pool of people, right? Someone like me who have experience, someone like, young generation just graduated from school, or someone who actually want to do something with a great idea, right? Then we come up with something that we want to do. Then we get some money, right? We have some idea, and we say that, we want to fund ourselves. We get some money from someone. We get someone to give us advice. Then we build something. And then we fail. We fail because the idea is actually, probably a good idea, probably a bad idea, probably a poor execution, probably a better execution next time if we can do it better. But at least you give something back to the society. Experience, your legacy, maybe your talent, maybe you learn how to code and you become a good coder for the next round of their business. Then, if you a little bit more successful, then someone want to give you some money because, they feel that, this guy has some idea, then I might need to enjoy common benefit with this guy, right? So, I give you some money. Maybe the bank will give you money. Maybe, probably the parents already give you the money already, right? You burn it all when the first stage. But when the next stage, the bank give you money, the VC or others will give you some money. Then you grow the business. But only 10% of that actually survive and becoming a good business or becoming a corporate that actually enjoying the benefit, from your solution. Then when you're becoming a very strong corporate, then you need to contribute back again in many forms. First, maybe some money. You throw some money in and actually giving opportunity to others to actually build a new business. Or maybe one of your employees want to build another business to follow your journey. Then, they're coming and becoming the next entrepreneur again, right? And then everyone who actually giving you the money enjoy the benefit. So this is an ecosystem in the startup world, right? So I think some of you know this already, but some of you maybe, just learn, what is the ecosystem. But after this, all of this could happen in some certain area that actually allow you to interact, work, and play and live together in order to form the good ecosystem. So in a nutshell, basically, startup need to work with someone, need to get some money, need to learn something, and build something to answer the world, and then you become a successful business. Now, before we actually go further, I want you to imagine that if you want to start your own small business or startup, what you need to think about. I will pick a few that I feel that it's interesting to talk about today. It's so many aspects, but a few things today. First, 84% of entrepreneurs create startup by your own choice rather than the necessity. You can interpret it in many ways you want, right? But basically, you see 10% of that success, 90% fail, and 84% want to do what I want to do. What is the relationship between those two? Let's see, if this percentage change, you look at what people or what the country needs, and then you do something about it, what would happen? It maybe increase the 10% success rate to become 15%, 20%, who knows, right? So I want to give you some stats, just in case you want to start your own business in Thailand or you want to learn something. The index of competitiveness this year is showing that Thailand is actually 5 positions higher than last year. We have a very good performing in all categories except infrastructure. Well, sounds interesting, right? We have a train, we have a high-speed train, all of that, but infrastructure is still very bad. But when you deep down into the analysis, you say that 2 things that actually driving this number down: education and healthcare. Even though we are one of the preferred healthcare country for the foreigner, but the healthcare system fundamentally is not that good. So if you look at the chart, on my left, you will see that a higher score is actually the worst. The lower score is good. So it's up to you, right? You want to choose a business to answer the low score, or you want to choose business to answer the higher score. It gives you different aspects. The higher score can give you opportunity, but the lower score can give you acceleration of your business, right? So that's one thing. Another thing is that you might need to think about the return as well, right? If you say that the healthcare is the one that you pick, the statistics show that healthcare will give you a lot of return. This is a US study, of course, but I just want you to see the number that reflecting the result of the macro pictures. So this is the macro level. Now, you need to choose what you want to do to answer, right? Then, coming back, step back, look at yourself. So if I want to start the business, what do I need to understand? First, old man get more success than the young man. Well, what does that mean, right? I have some friend there, sitting in the back. He might not believe that, but the old man like me, well, I'm 46 years old, even though I look like 36, but I'm 46. Well, they say that the old man tend to learn and experience more than the young man, right? And when they interview, 82% of that saying that I know things to run the business. I know how to interview people. I know how to manage my cash. I know how to take risks. So that's the idea. But I'm not going to say that, the old man always going to be successful, right? The young person would be, no, I'm going to just, like these 2 little boys there, we say that, I'm not going to listen to you guys anymore because, I'm too young to start my own business, right? But you can be successful as well if you have a good partners. You are a coder, you can find a good businessman and good marketing to help you run the business. Or if you are a good businessman, you have a good connection, you can find a very good technical people to help you develop something, right? It will increase your chance of success in the business. Then you need to select the team. You need to find a good team to help you build the ecosystem, your company, the right talent, the right mix of talent, because if you choose the wrong team, it's going to give you a failure. Then you have your own partner. How old are you? Whether you're going to be successful when you're young, when you're old. Then it shows that if you got a good teacher will accelerate you to the certain level of success. But what this point is a bit interesting to discuss because you can listen. We don't want you to listen just a good mentor. You listen to everyone. But you need to understand and you need to select by yourself what opinion or what idea or what suggestion is good for your business. But if you find a good mentor, you become a mentor startup, then you increase the chance of success. Then, now we're coming a very interesting issue, money, right? When you know what you want to do, you have a right mix of experience, then you need to fund yourself, right? You need to, maybe, you are 25 years old, you want to start your own business, then your dad will fund you, if you convince him otherwise. But your dad will fund you. And then a lot of them, it actually burn the cash or burn the money before they get a successful business. So by using a proper cash or proper personal money, then you can go to the next stage of the startup. So before we go along past this point, I just want to maybe share with you on the percentage of funding that normally people actually using in the startup world. Basically, you have your own personal fund, about 3/4 of that. Basically, what tell you is that you need to start saving now, in order to burn it when you are becoming 40 or 45. So saving your own money, or maybe talking with your parents so they can actually fund you, right? So a lot of this is actually give you the idea on how you get funding from different sources. Another thing, after you know what to do, you get the proper mentor, then for technology startup, you need to understand a little bit on how to select technology, right? Why I choose cloud to talk to you, because cloud will give you a good aspect of spending money wisely. You can start business with a very, very little money. I used to run some project for a large organization. That organization is using about 500 million baht to print something, to distribute every quarter. When they start switching to cloud technology, they're only using about 50,000 baht to actually publishing the same thing to their employees. So it's actually giving to totally different aspect of running the business. Of course, they're facing a different challenge of the security management and things like that. But getting the right technology is also very important for you to start your own business. So you have technology, you have your own self, and also what about organization? When you look at the organization, it's actually different compared to the traditional organization. It used to be a linear organization, innovate from inside, very difficult to navigate, difficult to get funding. As a lot of you maybe understand, maybe Todd understand as well, that try to get some funding, you need to go to all the XCOM management and all those things to get the funding, right? But if you change yourself to become a more startup mindset, more agile, you will get better funding, you will move quickly, and you will be able to work with any party very quickly and contribute the result very quickly as well. And also the corporate, I think one view that I actually want to share with you, and maybe you can think about you work in the corporate, is that rather than you spending money studying something, why don't you actually spending money with a startup and then they can do something for you? If they fail, you can start something else. So actually, our goal is to make sure that rabbit's becoming very healthy in the right organization and eventually becoming a good unicorn for Thai startup. Thank you very much.